It opens on Okarun, alone. He takes his first step in this tunnel, the Turbo Granny tunnel from the beginning of the series. Everything around him is black and white, grainy and shadowed, and he holds this flashlight searching. His movement is frantic, jerky, almost unhinged. It's like we're trapped in his head, seeing this dark world through his panic and his fear. Like a nightmare that we've all had, looking for something, you don't know what. That sense of searching, of clawing for something, someone, is the emotional thread that ties this OP together. These horror-esque visuals are offset by something else. We see crucial moments in Dandadan where there's a connection between Okarun and Momo. We see these events from his perspective. These are the moments that changed his world. Her. We see them through him, literally through his glasses. When she first sat at his desk to stand up for him. When she first said goodbye with the promise of seeing him again tomorrow. Holding her hand to pull her from the Tsuchinoko lair, and a beautifully intoxicating moment still to come. Because when he sees her, the dark bleakness of the world fades into the background. Colour bleeds into the world. The monochromatic void that makes up his reality softens when he looks through his lenses, as colour spills through. Because he's looking at her. When he sees her, he sees the world differently. She's brought unimaginable colour into his life. Something that is commented on by Taru when he exclaims the same undying devotion for Hana at the end of the first season. And it is here that Okarun understands his love. The cold, muted greys are replaced by warm, golden light pressing its way into his life. And the glasses themselves carry a secondary metaphor. They're round, they're gold, like the golden balls that he's been searching for. And that's where the brilliance of this opening shines. Because these aren't two separate readings of the same visual, they interlock. Through this quest, this strange, surreal mission to recover his balls, he found her. Wonderfully reinforced by the lyrics of the song On the Way as well. I found it in the in-between of a journey I leaned on. This sentimental kind of love. He's on a mission to find his balls, but in between the pages is where the real story lives. The love that he has for Momo. Because she's the goal and the guide and the light and the destination all in one. She gives colour to his world and meaning to the madness that he lives in. And that's what this opening is really about. Searching. Not just through tunnels or memories or the horror show landscapes that surround him, but through feelings, through confusion and fear. And on the other side of that, connection. Love. Her. We blast out of the tunnel and into the world, a dark, decaying one, almost liminal in design, as it's modern yet eroded, and the logo slams upon the screen. Dandadan is back, baby! Then we see Okarun's hand reaching skyward, alone in the frame, grasping at something just beyond reach. There's desperation in the gesture. Because this shot is more than just striking, it's a reflection of who Okarun's always been. The boy who looked up to the stars, not out of curiosity, but out of a longing to belong, a longing for connection. This visual is a reflection of how Okarun has always strived towards space, towards aliens, hoping for connection, for them to come down and befriend him and take him away from the world that he feels is barren, hostile, and decaying in entropy around him. But then the camera shifts just slightly, and that reach turns forward. Not up, not away, but ahead. Because while his dreams of aliens started his journey, that's just one step on the way to his ultimate destination. That sense of movement, of running, becomes a visual motif for the entire opening, and it's handled with such flair. His feet sprint ahead, fast and chaotic, but his upper body moves in slow motion almost. The frame's split in two, his motion is fragmented like he's torn between two speeds, two feelings, two selves. The colour palette reflects this as well. Harsh reds and cool blues, clashing violently on either side of the screen. It's striking, contrasting, emotional dissonance rendered in colour and motion, interspliced with some awesome visuals in time with the dandadans in the music. Stylized, snappy, and character-driven energy, and we get to see the cast in that signature dandadan style. As Okarun keeps running, we cycle through different duos of colour, each one a visual stand-in for the arcs of the story. Red and blue echoing his first fight with the Serpo aliens back at the beginning of the series. Yellow and purple evoking the Evil Eye and the Tsuchinoko clashing where we are right now. And green and pink, a peek forward into the Kaiju arc and maybe the appearance of another character. We're watching Okarun literally run through the series, but he doesn't power through it, it's just happening around him in a confusing clash of colours, still running, but then he slows. And the framing is so good here. The absence of visuals really is a visual in and of itself, honing in on and focusing us on Okarun, because he stops and he looks out towards the horizon. We land on this striking image of the gang, silhouetted up against a deep red and orange setting sun. Part Ozu in stillness, part Kurosawa in framing, the way that the gang faces the horizon evokes that old school samurai or spaghetti western energy, like warriors or outlaws walking off towards destiny. And it's not just style, it's substance. This scene says everything about the emotional core of Dandadan. Even in a crumbling, half-decayed world, these kids are walking forward together, forging their own path, one in line with the unwavering moral duty that characterizes a Japanese action hero, like, I don't know, Ken Takakura? The sun morphs into a golden ball, showing us that their journey isn't just grounded in chaos or in horror, but it's rooted in hope and the bonds between friends, and something more than friends. The ball launches off up into the stars. He reached to the stars before for connection, but by following his ball he may find that still. We cut through some high energy Dandadan coded shots, one of Momo and Aira indicating that they're going to grow closer this season, as well as one of the Hayashi band that's still to come. And then we see her. Momo. She's standing still, but the world around her is anything but. She's caught in a vacuum of wild colour, overwhelming, chaotic, and alive. The world around her pulses with a beat. Violent hues of pinks and purples and blues swirl like tides around her. The complete opposite of Okarun's world. Where he moved through a lifeless tunnel of decay, she's surrounded by so much colour. So much colour that someone like him who lives in his world could never even envision it. It's arguably too much. Almost directionless, unfocused. Where Okarun was running towards something he didn't know what, here she stands waiting for someone she doesn't know who. But all of the not knowing why has led to this. Momo turns towards the camera and we close in on her eye, finally seeing from her perspectives as he sprints towards her, and there he is, Okarun, in front of her. And this is so important. Dandadan is about being seen. Momo sees Okarun for the first time. She truly, honestly sees him, and that's everything to him. He reaches out, and this time he grabs hold of someone, because she reaches out for him, with her spiritual ability to grab him too, as their worlds clash together. His grounded, grey-scaled, mundane reality slams against her kaleidoscopic colour and otherworldly shapes. Entropy meets energy, panic meets potential, and what emerges is something new. A colour that's vibrant and bright, yet also pleasing to the eye and soothing. They spin together in midair, orbiting around that shared moment of contact. Their hands still reaching, but now they know what they're reaching for. Now they understand. The inertia from their spin is pulling them away. They fight against the forces of the world that try to keep them apart, but they pull themselves closer, until they clasp hands. And this moment is more than just dramatic flair and style. It's an evolution of the first season's opening in a lot of ways, and its themes. I know that people love the first season's opening, I totally get it, I love it as well. But this doesn't try to challenge that. It does something so different, with themes that are deliberately an extension and evolution of the ones that are in the first OP. That first opening was all about getting us into the world of Dandadan. It shows off the strangeness and the heart of Dandadan's style, but emotionally, it was about two people from different worlds learning to come together. exemplified by Momo and Okarun sitting back to back from different worlds, but by leaning their heads on each other's shoulders and looking up, they see the same thing. Different angles, different perspectives, but still facing in the same direction, looking the same way. To accept that despite their differences, they can be friends. They can be together. But this OP is more personal. This is more physical. The second opening doesn't try to replicate the other, nor is it really about the world of Dandadan. It's about Momo and Okarun's journey and their love. Thematically, it's no longer about just looking ahead together. It's about reaching out for each other, dragging themselves closer. They first reach out with powers, which is fitting because those are the powers that brought them together in the first place. But even that's not enough anymore. They want to feel something real. Because that's how they communicate. That's how they connect. Momo and Okarun's relationship is one of touch, of expressing everything that they can't quite put into words through motion, proximity, and gestures. Physicality. The courage to hold each other's hands doesn't come from decision, it comes from instinct. They reach, they grab, they hold hands, and that motif, that handhold, it matters a lot, especially in this season to come. We saw a glimpse of it in the Turbo Granny fight at the beginning of the series. The moment that they crossed the boundary and chose to trust each other fully, secured in the physical act of holding hands in a moment of overwhelming crisis. But this OP brings that theme full circle, reinforced by the song as well. The lyrics tell the story from both Okarun and Momo's perspectives, as well as highlighting the fears and insecurities that each of them must contend with in the face of these growing feelings. For Okarun, we see his journey from season 1, where he looked deeply into her eyes so many times and felt something. Your eyes, soft and steeped in a sweet haze, so endlessly seductive, it's driving me mad. Which is what helped him realize his love for her and decide that he has to fight to earn it. But we also get insight into Okarun's struggles as well. I want to find the courage to hold your hand, but knowing my place, I can't bring myself to do it. He wants to hold her hand, but he can't find it within him to just do it. And he doesn't want to risk losing her or pushing her away if she doesn't feel the same. And so he can't muster the courage to take the next step. Conversely for Momo, the lyrics go, "I don't care how I look, just stay by my side." Highlighting her journey from season 1, where she learned to let go of caring about what other people think of her and what they might say about her friendship and eventual romance with Okarun. But it also highlights her insecurities now. This flame might vanish if I cling too hard. Momo's scared of letting someone in and then losing them, which is why she has such thick emotional barriers. The reason that she struggles taking the next step and solidifying their bond. Afraid that the real her is too much for anybody to truly accept and love. But their bodies move without thinking, because their emotions, their feelings towards each other are so much deeper than simply conscious thought. And this season is that journey together, fighting against the forces of nature to pull each other close and hold each other's hands. Okarun throws Momo on his back. Where the world once scared him, he was at its whim, now he's ready to stand against it, and he blasts off with Momo. The boy who once ran from the shadows now fires through them. The world that once overwhelmed and terrified him, now he tears through it. The colours behind them, teal and red, oppositional yet complementary. A reverberation of Momo and Okarun coming together from separate worlds to become one. Now they're flying through that tunnel again, but it's not a prison anymore, it's a path. They own this place now. Just like earlier where Okarun ran through the colours of his journey, now they run together. They streak past the visual echoes of their journey yet to come, Tsuchinoko, Evil Eye, Tulpas, Kaiju. But they don't stop. They fight against it together. And then Okarun's mask peels away. For the first time, we really do see him. Not afraid, not searching, but fierce, brave, certain. Because he's found who he was looking for. And together, they'll face whatever comes next. Hey everybody, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff if you did. I know that this is very different from the usual kind of video that I do, but I needed to get this off of my chest. So, if you enjoy this kind of content and you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments, guys. All of that stuff helps a lot. And I'll see you on the next one. See ya.